want, oh. Make we no bring divide, oh. We want for sleep with collide, oh.
Body left for the feds.
Na peace we want, oh. Make we no bring divide, oh. We want for sleep with collide, oh.
Body left for the feds.
Welcome to everyone on my channel. My name is. Are you ready to discuss with me? Now follow me to discuss. This one na Lawrence Leema. They be they ask some questions them. Especially the issue of, let me say, orders from above. Now I don't get much for say because I get for play the video for you, make you watch and tell me what you think about this particular question. And you may listen for yourself. Where did they ask them? You say you don't know who's part Lambrana de who's part then who's angry they come from. He say, but as far as I'm concerned, as far as my other view in the regime concerned, he say the issue of, let me say, order from above. He say don't minimize. But anyway, pay attention for yourself, listen keenly, tell me what you think in the comment section below. Of course, we not insult somebody. Yeah. This is Saloon Mock News. Talk anything you want to talk in the comment section below. You know? Tell me what you think. Is he what he Leema the talk, is he right or not? I'm not judging anyone here. I'm not saying he's wrong, I'm not saying he's right also. But tell me what you say about this particular issue. Yeah? I don't leave the video for me. I can't leave the video for me watch. Tell me what you now watch out.
In the New Direction manifesto, I'll read an excerpt. Sierra Leone's judiciary has come under serious scrutiny and condemnation under the APC government with perceived unconstitutional intrusion from the executive arm of government under what has become popularly known as orders from above. Consequently, public confidence in the system of justice delivery at all levels is at its lowest ever. So, in your opinion, has this changed in any way, public trust? Has there been, reduced number of orders from above?
Definitely what APC did, which we use against them, justifiably, is what they are still in that dilemma. So it's what they are still using. You see, this is why I'm saying that there has to be responsible criticism of government policies.
But would you say public trust has improved over the last 4 years? So in terms
of public trust, right, this is coming from an opposition party. Certainly for them, what they want to justify, the wrongs that they did for which the people of this country voted them out of power, right? Which even though when those are not in existence, for them it's like they kept record on all of their wrongs that were challenged by the SLPP in opposition. So they have now decided to use the very platform that they created for which SLPP critiqued them, that led to their being democratically unseated, right, out of power. They are using this same method when it is not even existing. Even when it is not existing, they are using that very platform that the SLPP used, which they created, you understand, thinking that they will paint the judiciary bad. If they are talking about public trust here, it's a situation where the Anti-Corruption Commission was to investigate people or officials whom they've perceived to have been corrupt officials. They've gone there to investigate, and people who have been in governance, who are supposed to comply with law enforcement, right? These are people who went and incited secret society to come out in confrontation of the police.
Have you been giving giving orders to the police?
But I'm coming. Please let me address this question before I answer another question, right? But we were able to manage that particular situation in such a manner that, of course, there would have been a violent confrontation, but the situation was de-escalated in order to minimize the tension, and more professional approach was used. Those who actually came out in violation of the law were arrested at a much later date, right? So this is one professional approach that law enforcement are using, contrary to the fact that they are constrained with resources. But if they had attempted at that particular time to enforce the law, there was going to be violent confrontation. And again, the blame was going to be on the police, even when you have corrupt officials who have incited that particular approach. Again, yet the police asked, yet these people still go ahead and cry down the police. Let us take again, for instance, Paulo Conte, who has been a minister, please.
Still unclear. So when you're landing on this, please touch on that as well. I earlier asked you about the reforms you've brought about for the Sierra Leone police, especially that when you were in opposition, you picked up some of the wrongdoings and unprofessionalism of the Sierra Leone police.
In terms of reforms, when you talk about reforms here,
has there been
it's not only incumbent on government alone to do reforms, right? It's incumbent on every state actors, right, that has the right to act. That is why when you go to police council,
no, but in the case of the Sierra Leone police, Leema,
we actually don't have enough time. We have less than 5 minutes.
Only government.
That is why when you go under Sierra Leone police, yes, it's only government, but also that is why we have civil society who complements efforts of government. So that is why when you go to police council is not comprised of only government officials. You have the bar association rep in police council, right? And so, for instance, any decision that is coming from police council, I'm not a member of police council even, you understand? Every decision coming from police council,
but your boss
it's also been, yes, it's also been, that's why I compliment the effort of my boss. It's also been complemented by civil society participation. Right? Every decision coming from government comes from civil society participation.
I was asking,
so are we saying that the police should sit down and allow people do whatever they want to do freely, even contrary to the law? Is that what we are suggesting here?
One quick question, my last question for you. Currently, would you say the Sierra Leone police is acting professionally?
If you have to aggregate that by percentage, under the leadership of my successive bosses, I would say yes. Yeah? Because if they have not acted professionally, the toxic opposition of violence by which opposition parties who are very much aware that there is corruption charges hanging on them, who have incited the public, who have suffered a lot, if the police have not been professional in their handling of some of those violent approaches, it would have been a different story.
I was asking, have you been giving directives to the police as deputy internal?
Well, when you talk of directives, you have to be clear in your context.
No, I'm asking, have you been telling them what to do?
I am working in a supervisory ministry as a deputy minister.
Telling them what to do?
As a deputy minister. And I think this is the second time you're asking me this question I've addressed.
Yes.
That I form part of the police chain. So when you ask questions, I don't know what you were saying for certain.
No, I'm asking if
no. Just give me a clarity of what you mean.
Phoebe mentioned orders from above. I'm sure you very.
I don't know what you mean by orders from above.
Have you been giving orders?
But when you talk,
have you been giving orders to the police?
The same thing that the
that's what I'm asking you. I think I've said that. If that is to answer your question, I've answered that. That I form part of the police chain of command structure.
So meaning you can give them directives.
So I don't understand your context because no. I have to know. I give directives. I give lawful directives through the chain, right? I give lawful directives through the chain.
Orders from above.
Well, if that is your understanding.
No, not mine. I'm asking you.
I don't understand what is your context of orders from above, and I will not answer to a question that I do not understand the context or the frame from which you are asking.
The phrase you used in the manifesto. What I read was an excerpt from the New Direction manifesto, and clearly the party wrote orders from above. So, on whatever context the party meant by orders from above, let's use that context.
No. If you're talking about that context, if you talk about orders from above, you are being negative, or whoever is using that is being negative in the context of. I'm coming. Orders from above in the realm of the APC. This is where you ask a police command structure to do things outside the legal framework. I've never done that. This administration has never done that. In my view, so far as I have followed the workings of the police. But when we talk of orders from above, from the context of bad governance approach, this is where you ask the police command structure to do things even when it is not lawful. I've been a military commander. I know what lawful orders are. And I deny unlawful orders. Unlawful directives, I denied. So similarly, coming from that background, this is where I even... This is where I even want...
Shouldn't the police be an independent institution that do not take directives from the Ministry of Internal Affairs?
You know what? If I was President Bio, I was really going to allow the police to sit back and allow citizens to.
No, I'm
No.
asking you
Basically,
question.
that's what you were telling me.
No, I'm
That's what
asking
you were
you question.
suggesting.
I'm not telling
No.
you.
As a
I'm
government,
asking.
let us really allow the police to just sit 1 week
No, I'm
without
asking-
working. Just like some
Okay,
some
we need-
some
we-
some
we
some
honestly-
misgrants.
we-
Just as some
we need to
misgrants
close.
decided not to participate in coming out to even fend for their own livelihood. Let us say, as a government, let us allow the police to just sit for 1 week, and then you will know the essence of a police, of the functions of the police in the state, and the police also being supervised by a government entity.
Correct. And I know what you want to do. So just tell me what you think.
Waiting at the feet, oh let we enjoy and forget it down. We ever wish you na good luck. Una do all na sarali una kusha all na
Again, another one again. Make I get that for a quick, huh? We say COVID-19. This is Yusuf Keketoma Sandi. We know not so. No need for Kai explain about people now. So if you don't sabi, if you not sabi leader or not sabi una leader there, so now go in search of them. Una sabi them. Me I just here for read. Okay, more list wetin Yusuf Keketoma says. That now Yusuf Keketoma Sandi. He say COVID-19 testing for inbound and outbound passengers is withdrawn until further notice. This reduces the cost of travel for passengers during this tough time. Thank you, President Bio, for being a compassionate and caring leader. President for the people. So now that's Keketoma say. I say so. Una they go, una they travel like just. What's that they travel self they go? Una they travel they go. No, una they go and come. They say so now the testing. Never test business again because the more they test people them, that the more people they actually want. The more they test people, the more people they actually want. So no testing again. So everybody just they travel. You know. Let me continue. You know, sir, they give now all the juicy. Pay attention again. This one they go to be back in the salon. Okay, more listen to Professor David J. Francis. Now, minister. Well, if you understand now, he said in the margin of CHOGM Rwanda, I had an impressive bilateral meeting with the Minister of Foreign Affairs of New Zealand. HE, that na His Excellency Honorable Nanya Mahuta. We discussed strengthening bilateral and multilateral cooperation, including support for Sierra Leone UNCO seats. This now let me say a travel way, where we leader them be do, where we presidents be do. Now in they talk about. Yeah, but anyway, I left we talk about Commonwealth. I don't want to talk so detailed. Yeah, the common head of, let me say, government or states. They be get a meeting. That CHOGM. Why I don't want to call them? Subscribe. Don't want to subscribe. So I just put on suspense. So everybody they go search which that CHOGM mean. But clearly the meaning Commonwealth or common head of what government or states meeting. Now Rwanda na they meet in 2020 here, he deal with the president, he say so he meets Netherlands, let me say another minister again, Minister of Foreign Affairs again in New Zealand, say meet so they discuss they try for balance the equation. In other words, I don't know, I think they learn from each other. I don't know, something they go they discuss and learn from each other, something like that. But please, sir, not even Professor David Francis, please, wait till don't go learn or wait till don't go get from the New Zealand for a Minister of Foreign Affairs. Please, more feel now this weekend here, you know, may reflect. And the reflection, you know, go, not to say now this with it, we don't call it nice really for me to give a people talk. Well, so many things the way people they go learn here and we leaders they go learn. You know, they reflect now, not all leaders them. What is some people they go learn? You know, they reflect at the country. So what they go learn for now? At least we they go popo book. We can I forgot scatter na. You know, I this scatter. Many people they know for see this book here we learn now for you for take care of the people then. You know, anyway, that's not just by the way. Just you know, he also tweets again. Pay attention. He say, today President Biyo joined other Commonwealth leaders in Kigali, Rwanda for the 26th Commonwealth Head of State Government meeting. And I see HOGM, I will post that for now. Commonwealth Head of State Government meeting. So now in the begets. I say so he meets with them. Like Rwanda and I say. You see, I post the picture for Ramona watch and tell me what you think, you know, we all we did they come together. You see some man with their gown, some man wear suits, coats, and all man they in President my watch to President's way. Oh, that is my prezo now one big white gown anyway. You know, go watch out. Thank you for watching, you know. Thank you for watching this particular. Okay, man, don't forget. Pay attention to this one. The debate is about to start. The speaker has assured all the decorum that now perfect decorum. However, the leader, listen, the leader of the opposition say the temperature of the opposition member is very high. So that is one of the reasons why make, you know, where they be run helter skelter. Helter skelter. I get a correct soon. They say so now then they make it say so with the APC they march out, they want try for misunderstand the whole system. They say so they make, you know, that couscous will happen at parliament. They say now that say this message, my watch it possible. Oh, that is our lovable Napoleon. Umaru Napoleon Kuma. I ain't do that right up deal. So I don't let for you make you watch it. Tell me what you think. Thank you for watching this video.
Viva Africa! Good morning, Sierra Leone. Good morning, Liberia. Good morning, Ghana. Ghana Musenye.